Well, Marianne joins us. She's the director of the Pro-Life and Project Rachel offices here in the Archdiocese of Boston. Thank you, as always, for being with us.
Thank you for the opportunity to talk about Respect Life Month once again.
And imagine that story is what leads us into this, which is great. So let's talk about October as Respect Life Month. How are parishes, and we're talking about this, you said there's a lot going on. How are they participating?
Well, just by way of explanation for those who may be not familiar, every year the Church across the United States celebrates the month of October as Respect for Life Month. And the idea is that every diocese, every parish is in a public way upholding our belief in the sanctity of human life from conception to natural death. So every year there's a particular theme. This year's theme is really beautiful. Christ, our hope in every season of life. And so we just saw that beautiful video of the woman whose unborn child was saved, and we think of those throughout the stages of life until the very end, and all of life is sacred. That's something the Church can be very proud of. And so as a result, our parishes are doing a magnificent job this year in different ways, trying to uphold the Church's teaching on respect for life. So we have about a dozen parishes doing baby showers to provide for the material assistance of clients served at our pregnancy help ministry, which again is a beautiful way of people helping out. Many are doing educational programs, whether on legislation or upcoming events, or just teaching young people what respect for life means. And got some parishes new this year who are doing programs and prayer campaigns for those served by Project Rachel, which is especially meaningful. And there will be another retreat during Respect Life Month for those who are seeking healing from past abortions.
Marianne, I'm particularly fond of this year's theme because it's very much like my Episcopal motto, Jesus is our only hope.
Yep.
And truly he is. In the midst of all that, what do you make of, in the news lately, the rate of abortion dropping in the United States within the context of our belief in the respect for the dignity of life? What does that mean?
Well, it means there's great hope, absolutely. And what's really significant about those figures, they have been dropping consistently. And the drop started back in 2008. And we may remember that was the beginning of a recession in the United States. And usually abortion rates go up when there's economic distress, but it was just the opposite. It started going down then, it's continued to drop. And my explanation, well, obviously there's a lot of detail involved, but this is the beginning of millennials changing the course of understanding what it means to be pro-life. They're much less apt to have an abortion than their parents or grandparents. And even a lot of sociologists are kind of scratching their heads, how could this possibly be that young people who grew up with abortion being legal, with being supported by the courts, the media, elected officials, academia, why are young people turning against abortion and choosing life?
Are you surprised by that yourself?
No, absolutely not.
Why aren't you surprised?
Because I've seen and talked to so many younger women about their attitudes on abortion, and they grew up understanding that life is present in the womb from the beginning. I mean, ultrasound was a reality. They know, they see this as a justice issue, as a fairness issue. And you contrast their perspective from those of women of my generation who had abortion at actually double the rates of women now. And those women were told that, abortion is a right, it's going to help you as a woman, it's going to solve all your problems, and by the way, it's only just a few cells, so don't worry about it. And we've seen the hurt and the pain of those women who've lived their entire adult life just burdened by the knowledge of what happened to their child, and why did they do that? And this anger, this frustration, this hurt, this pain, and younger women know that pain, they know those stories, so they don't want that choice.
You're a great advocate for life. You lead us in that. What are the key ingredients to being an advocate for life?
Well, I think we have to begin by living out the hope. I mean, if we don't live it out, if people don't see it in us, they're never going to be moved, right? And so it's living out. I think listening is another one. Listening, obviously, to God in prayer, but listening compassionately, especially with women and men who've been through that very difficult journey. And then, you love unconditionally, and you begin from that.
So someone watching right now, they want to find out more information. Where do they go?
Well, there's all kinds of websites out there for all different purposes. The Pro-Life Office of the Archdiocese has a page on the bostoncatholic.org. Project Rachel has its own website, projectrachelboston.com, and Pregnancy Help of Boston as well has its own webpage. Tell you about the services, how you can be involved, how you can help.
All great services. Well, thank you so much for being with us
Thank you.
today.